Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. I'm 44 the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head on, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the eye like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Sucker up and stay alert. Another cop this shit. Stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact a fiction. If revenge was a woman, now I stole that bitch like Jack around war. We gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers in hell. Should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do baby. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas. Pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and throw the young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder. Claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun. It's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Soldiers from the dead. This raised up the chain for his shots. I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run his neck. Never bite the hand that feeds you. You will never get that hand paid. Bitch about 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brother's bed. Everybody won't be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow son. Yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I enjoy. I get it boy lost, they gon' stop to call him Elroy. Fuck his gang, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hawkins. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they create that beat, I read
on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers, say they want smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that Ecoline van to a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See, I'm throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it up the gut, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real.
Yeah, it's a little crooked, so Salaki. Hey, Shalom, how about you, man? Can you hear me in Charlotte, Shabayala?
Khan, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakatah.
What's going on, soldier?
Ready, rock and roll, all the one.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
You too, sir.
Salaki, can Fayetteville hear me as well? I know y'all not quite ready yet. Just want to know if the audio is Tawab. Salakia. Let me get rid of this. That should be. So let me get rid of this. Salakia, bear with me just a moment. Yes, Salaki Kodum, if you're talking, I cannot hear you. I'm not sure. I think y'all might be muted. You might be muted on the laptop on the stream.
What about now, sir? Can you hear me?
Khan, I hear you just fine.
All right, most on Christ. Shalom, how about Shemesh Shabbat?
Yeah, how about you, man? Good to see you, bro.
Yes, Shabrakatah.
Khan, most high in Christ. Hey, man, we're gonna get right into it. Let's clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Shah to all the sisters. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Of course, under the leadership of Commanding General Yahana. You understand? This, of course, is the Monday night scripture breakdown class here in North Carolina. Right here, we broadcasting from Durham, North Carolina, where I am right now. We also got Fayetteville in the spot. We got Charlotte as well. We should have some other zones and some other brothers joining us very shortly. Priest and Officer of 1,000 Thabawan holding it down until one of my Adawanyam come through to take over the class or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, again, this being a Monday night scripture breakdown class, if you have any questions of any kind, now is the time. Go ahead and just if you online tuning in, you just type it into the chat, and myself or one of the Akim will see it online. And if I have the breakdown, then I'll go ahead and answer that question for you. If not, we'll hold on to it, write it down until one of the out of wine come, and more than likely they'll be able to give you a proper understanding of that scripture. All right.
So like,
So, yes, if you got any questions? Also, if you're in any of the rooms, just raise your hand and we'll go from there. Salakia.
Salakia, sir. Can you hear me? This prison officer Cordon, sir.
Kind of, how you just fine. Shalom.
Christ. Sir. So like, so I got a question. In Jeremiah 17:1.
Okay.
Like with this, like my question is basically like, is there like a tribe that sinned against the Most High more? You know, as far as like for example, why I asked that is Jeremiah 17:1. It says, "The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the diamond, and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart, and upon the altars of the horns of your altars." Verse 2: "Whilst their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills." So it's like, I don't know, like with this scripture, it seems like whatever Judah did, they really screwed up. Like, so my question is, like I said, that they like sin more than any other nation. 'Cause I know we all sin as far as the 12 tribes. We went against the Most High, but is this something specifically Judah did that was just like crawl made the Most High skin crawl for like, oh, y'all brothers really did this, like, or y'all really messed up? So, like,
okay, so did Judah specifically as a tribe do something that made the Most High skin crawl above other tribes?
Comic-Con, sir. In a nutshell, Comic-Con, sir.
Okay, no. Judah specifically didn't do something that as a tribe, because remember, you got to be careful too. Now, I'm gonna say this, Salakia. I'm not gonna give it to you because I don't have the full breakdown. I'm confident of what I believe it's talking about, but I don't want to give you half answers. We don't do that. So I'm gonna wait till one of the Adawayim to give a full breakdown of exactly what it's talking about here. But I believe when it says Judah here, it's not just talking about the tribe of Judah, because remember the kingdom got split, okay, into northern and southern. And so sometimes when you see Judah, it's talking about who? Judah and his companions. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. I'm not even sure if this is talking specifically about the tribe of Judah. Okay, but we're gonna hold on to that question. That's an excellent question. We're gonna save that to one of the Adawayim to get the full breakdown, because I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to give you half of what it is. But that's an excellent question. So the water for that, brother. The water.
Most on Christ, sir.
Are there any other questions? You got Kodum or anyone in your zone? Any hands raised or anything like that? Give it up for the Salaki if I could. Give it up for the Passover. Ooh wee. Give it up for the 54th annual Passover. If I really had my way, I would sit up here and talk about the Passover for the next 2 hours, but I can't. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know one of my Adawayim going to want to come and actually give you breakdowns on scriptures. I just want to talk about how ill the Passover was.
Most are great.
You know what I'm saying? It was glorious, and let me tell you something. It was an honor. It was an honor to be shoulder to shoulder. I took that phrase from Mahayar. It was an honor to be shoulder to shoulder with all you brothers, man, working for this Passover. It was an honor. I seen Kodum. I thought there was 3 Kodums. I thought the nigga had cloned himself somehow. You understand? Because every time I turned around, he was over here, he was over here, he was over here, working. You know what I'm saying? And all the Akim did, put they brick in many different ways. I know some of y'all was behind the scenes doing this and had to go pick up this and drive here and all kind of things to make this Passover run the way it did. But it was an excellent display of brotherhood all around. And man, I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just proud of what I saw from all the Akim, all the sisters too, that pitched in the ways that they could pitch in. So it was definitely glorious. You know
so, Lucky, if I may, I don't want I want to say something too, because Most High Christ, it's like the work you put in. You understand? It's like you really appreciate something when you see the outcome of the work you put in. You understand? It's like, we all go to the Passover. Like this would be my third Passover that I went to, sir. So I went to Texas, I went to Florida. We got to enjoy the fruits of Texas, labor, the fruits of Florida's labor. But it's like when you actually in behind the scenes and you doing these things and you watching, Adawanyam and what I'm saying, the Akwatian enjoying themselves, and you like, man, most time I had a hand in that, man. Even like, what I'm saying, sweet, most time Christ, like it really makes it like this is what I do this for, so most high Christ, Barakatah Yahweh, why Yahweh shot to be able to serve the generals, the captains, the troopers, the officers, the troopers, what I'm saying? Everybody, man, and really to be able to host. And like I said, man, you really get a great appreciative after you do something like that. It's like, yo.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what I do this for, man. Salaki.
Damn right. No, you right on the money. GP, you have something? Oh, Salaki, let me get you you got one more sign Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So I got one. Now I would just like to add on what also Cordon was saying.
Salaki, can y'all hear GP good?
Come on, sir.
Most high in Christ. Yeah, bro.
Now I was just gonna add on to what Officer Cordon was saying. Like, yeah, I've been here for like 8 years now, and that was my first time actually like putting in, my brick like for the Passover to see what happened.
Right.
And like what I'm saying, man, like it's some things like, man, like you appreciate.
That's
you,
right.
You just don't know. You just take for granted. And
right.
You actually put the work in. Because like for the longest time, we kept saying, man, North Carolina always getting skipped over for a cookout.
Right.
So then finally, we get the Passover. We like, oh shoot.
Yep.
But then going into it, all the work you got to put into it, the research, all the nights you got to stay up late.
Right.
So much going into it, man. Like I'm just now recovering from the Passover, man.
Damn right.
And it was just like, even like the lamb slaughter, like I was up. Like, I didn't even get any sleep that entire week. I was up late night with the Akim and all that.
That's right.
I paid for it in the end, but it was worth it though.
I seen it. I seen you out there. Let me get a scripture on it real quick. I just want to just bring this out, man. Give me the book of Colossians. Somebody give me Colossians, the 3rd chapter and the 23rd verse. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, you see these brothers. You see these sisters, man. Again, like I said, man, shout out to the sisters, man. Give sisters a hand. Them sisters came through in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? You know how you do that pull-up jump at the park. You say Kobe. Them sisters was like Kobe out there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Came through with all kind of chicken wings and, you know what I mean, for the all black party, man, and different things, different victuals they had to get, and it was always plates and napkins, whatever we needed was there. Them sisters really handled it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that black party too. Shout out to everybody that performed at that black party. I got there late, but I seen the footage. Man. I said, damn, like I thought I was in my mind. I'm like, I don't know why everybody going to the J. Cole concert. They need to be over here at the Durham Armory.
Right.
The J. Cole concert ain't got nothing on the Isupk. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Salaki.
Yes, sir.
I got that scripture for you.
Khan, if you could, Baba Kushab.
Khan. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 23. And whatsoever ye do.
Go ahead.
Do it heartily.
Do it what?
Do it heartily.
Oh, softly.
Heartily.
No, do it lazily.
Heartedly.
Go ahead.
As to the Lord,
man. Everything you do in this truth, everything. I don't care if you teach in that class. You know what I'm saying? If you get an order to go pick somebody up, you know what I'm saying? You get just all the different duties that you're given. Let me tell you something. It's important. It's important, and people are watching. The Lord is watching. Your brothers and sisters are watching. And how you move is going to dictate things going forward. Don't ever take it for granted. Don't ever think, I got to do this. I get it. We all, we brothers, and sometimes you get that order. Sometimes you got to go do this thing, and it's like, man, this is tough. But guess what? Everything you do in this truth, you need to do it as you're doing it for who? The Lord. Because that's who you're doing it for. And I saw the fruit of that in this Passover. Brothers was not moving like they was doing it for themselves. You don't get up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, You know what I'm saying? You don't drive here, drive there, spend all your money on gas, spending money on this. Don't ask questions. You get an order, you con. Do and move that way for yourself. Because if it was up to you, you would do what? You would be at home up under your rib. You'd be at home up under your rib baking cookies or whatever the hell it is that y'all do in that house. Ain't nothing wrong with baking cookies. You understand? I'm just saying. That's if it was up to any of us individually, more than likely that's what we would do. But in order for this Passover to run how it ran, we had to do what? We had to sacrifice. We had to care about our brothers, man, because guess what? They don't get to, when they leave the Passover venue, they can't just go right to their bed an hour away, 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away, or even an hour and a half away. They got to get on a plane, and that goes to one city. Then they got to lay over for 4 hours. Then they got to get on another plane that goes to another city, and maybe they'll get home in 24 hours. You understand? And so that's why whenever you do something in here, whenever you do something, anything you do, make sure you remember this scripture and do it like you're doing it for the Lord, because you are doing it for the Lord. Read it from the top. Shabbat Allah Baba Kashah.
Khan, it's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as unto the Lord, and not unto men.
And not unto men. Don't you ain't got a front for me. It ain't about me. You don't got to try to. It's not for. When I say me, I don't mean me, Officer Double One. I just mean even Cap will tell you the same thing. You're not doing it for Captain Nayathak. You're not doing it for General Katham Gabar. You're not doing it for Officer Zion. You're not doing it for Officer Lahab or Officer Abraham or Officer Yehuda. You're doing it for the Lord. And sometimes a brother or sister can lose sight of that. You know what I'm saying? You go through the motions, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's time to go to class. What time does class start? 7 o'clock. Okay, time to set it up. Okay, I'm on the computer. All right, mic's working. Test. All right. Okay, we got camera on. Let's go. Time to teach class. Because time to teach class. 9 o'clock. Up. Time to go. And with that, pass the class over. You go through the motions. You know what I mean? And of course, there's nothing wrong with having a routine. I'm not telling you not to look at this as a routine, but just always remember that what you're doing is for the Lord. Because if your Hawashai was if you knew your Hawashai was going to be in class tonight, you know what time you would have been here? You would have been here at 6:30 on the dot. Or whatever your class, if your class starts at 7, you'd have been there on the dot. If you knew that your Hawashai was going to be there, you would have prepared for class hours in advance. You would have had notes. You would have had all your precepts. You'd have had, you know what I mean? You would have been on your toes. Right? But sometimes we lose sight of that. You know what I mean? And I'm saying all of that to say, again, everything that the brothers did, the Akim did, from what I saw for this Passover, was the opposite of that. Y'all did that for the Lord. Y'all did it for the Most High. And that's why it was a success. You know what I'm saying? With no hiccups, man. And shout out to all the brothers shout out to Officer Yaramak. I see him over there tucked in the corner. I see him over there. Shout out to Officer Yaramak. I'm looking at this damn ark over here. And in all my years, I never thought I would see something like that. I never thought that I would be sitting in here looking at a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. But yet, there it is. That brother didn't do that for himself, because why the hell would he want to pick up this heavy thing and have to coordinate this? And it wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? This is the Lord doing these things. And these brothers, man, are just, so dedicated to doing things for the Most High, man. So again, I'm very, very proud of what I saw. So Salaki, I think read verse 24, Shabbat Allah.
Khan, it's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 24. Knowing that the Most High, ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Most High, Salakia, for ye serve the Lord Christ.
Right. That's how you get the inheritance, by you serving the Lord Christ, by you serving Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? As the general said, we know, you know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing, but, when he talked about head priest Ariah, you know what I'm saying? He said that Christ means everything to him because Christ meant everything to Ariah. So it's the same thing. Everything we do in here is about our dedication, our loyalty, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High through Christ. All right. So again, just again, excellent work. You know what I'm saying, that I saw from all the Akim. But are there any questions in any of the rooms, any of the zones right now before we break into, I like to talk about some current events. That's what every Monday Officer Zion wants to get into the current events. So we're gonna do that if there are no questions at the moment. I don't let me check online. I don't see nothing online. I don't see no questions online. I don't think there's any questions in zones. No sweat. All right. Hot topics. What we got? I know there's a few. Quite a few, actually. There's one crazy one right now. Not one crazy one. There's a few crazy ones. But is there any stories that anybody saw that piqued their interest that they want to bring out? Please.
We had in I think it was Kentucky. You had somebody. It was somebody that worked in the bank. When the employee went in there and killed like 4 or 5 people, shot a police officer in the head. Of course, he died too. But I think it was an Edomite. But he was employed by the bank as well. That was in Kentucky.
Good night. So he was employed by the bank, and he went in the bank and shot up other employees in the bank and a cop.
Khan shot him in the head. One of the cops is having brain surgery right now.
Good night. Well, damn. Why do you think things like why is that happening? I've been seeing there's like at least 5 stories right now, because wasn't there a shooting somewhere else too? Yeah, there was a shooting. So the one you were talking about was in Kentucky, Shabaya Allah. There was a shooting in Tennessee as well. There was a shooting last week. It's like a school shooting, bank shooting, something happening every other day. Why is that happening? Is it just a coincidence? Or is it or is there a connection here? Is the audio too loud?
Khan, yeah, you sound too loud, sir.
Okay, Khan. So like I heard a funny noise. I just want to make sure. I'm gonna give y'all a scripture if I could, Baba Kushah. Give me 1 second. Somebody give me 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. We're gonna get some scriptures and we're gonna talk about this. Shootings and violence everywhere. Earthquakes all over the place. California is still on fire. I don't think there was an inch of snow in New York this year. The weather is crazy. All kind of things taking place, man. You got GP, go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that too about the weather, because like you said this year you don't believe there was any snow in New York, but then I know, was it last year, this year, California was snowing somewhere in LA?
Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Like I didn't know it snowed in California.
I didn't. What they say? It never rains in Southern California. I didn't snow.
Snow.
Forget snow. They say it never rains, but no, it snowed in California, but it damn near did not snow in New York. Okay, who got that scripture? 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter.
I got you.
Please.
Come on, God. It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
That in the last days perilous times shall come. That's how you know you living in the last days. Isn't that everybody say that? Like, man, we living in the last days. Because every time you turn around, you see something like, nah, the world has to be coming to an end. It has to. Go ahead, G.
There's an old song, and you probably know. It's called Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times, yep. These are signs of the times. It says perilous times shall come. In these last days, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at perilous times. Babies getting shot up in schools. You understand? What's the one? Was that the one in Tennessee with the LGBTQ? Yeah, G.
Yeah, that's the one in Tennessee. It was a transgender woman that had did it, and I think she, whatever, what do you want to call him, had a sign, like a sign on their chest. I forget what the sign said, but yeah, it was a transgender woman that did the shooting.
Shot up a bunch of kids, right?
It was a Edomite, white woman.
Right. Yeah, it's a transgendered Edomite went into school and shot up a bunch of children. You understand?
Salaki.
Yeah, please.
I got the definition of perilous.
Please read that.
Khan. This is the definition of perilous. Full of danger or risk.
Full of what?
Full of danger or risk.
The water for that. Give Shabbat Allah a hand for getting that excellent definition. Full of danger or risk. This is the times we're living in. We are living in perilous times. It's full of danger and risk. You walk outside your door, I mean, it's damn near 50-50. Of course, I'm not talking about my brothers and sisters in the ISUPK and the Commander General Honor. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people in the world. So all your loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Lord be with them. But if you're not up in here, if you're not keeping, if you, what's today? Monday, right? Y'all know that Officer Thalbawan could not go to the liquor store today, right? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that Officer Thalbawan on his way to the class usually makes a stop on Highway 55 at the ABC to go pick something up for the class? But of course, today I could not do that. Why? Who wants to tell me why Officer Thalbawan couldn't go to the ABC store today? Didn't know, did you? No, you couldn't.
So I got one.
Please.
Easter Monday?
Because of Easter Monday, Sunday. I thought it was Sunday. But they done extended it for it's Sunday and Monday. It's like it's a national holiday. Stores closed because of what is it? Easter Monday? You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the Bible tells us what? What does the Bible tell us to celebrate? While everybody's out here closing down ABC stores for Easter, the ISUPK held the 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they called us what? A hate group. And they said they had to ramp up security because of us. They said we had ties to the extremist Black Israelites. That's what they said about us. Meanwhile, you got grown men out here painting nasty boiled eggs, putting them all over the yard, and so the kids can go and gallivant around the yard looking for nasty boiled eggs and things like that. But we're in a cult. Meanwhile, what does the Bible say about Easter?
Salakia.
Please.
The word Easter is only mentioned one time in the Bible.
That's right.
And that was indicating a time of when Christ was about to be, the night Christ was killed.
Right. The word Easter is in the Bible one time. And guess what? It shouldn't even be in there. There's only about 6 or 7 mistranslations in the Bible. Who can tell me what they are? Who remembers what they are? And we still on 2 Timothy, but who can tell me what the 6 or 7 mistranslations are in the Bible? In the King James Bible specifically. I ain't talking about no, ESV and the new whatever. That stuff got 20, 30 mistranslations.
So I got on.
Go ahead, Kudum.
Con, if I may, I know what one is of course Easter.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ghost.
Yep.
So like I'm drawing a blank. So like
Mm-hmm. What you got, G? You right, Kudum, definitely Easter Ghost.
So I got one. I want to say, was it
There's only one real main one. There's other small ones, but there's 3 main ones.
was it Resurrection?
Mm-mm.
so like it, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it the one that also says thou shalt not kill as well?
That's not really I wouldn't call that a mistranslation. There's a better word for it. Of course, I know you're talking about murder, right? Like it would be better if it said thou shalt not murder.
But
Killing is just the act. If you unalive something, you killed it, right? Of course, but then murder and other words are just kind of more detailed. But Salakia. Go ahead.
Another one of them was Jehovah as God's name.
That's the one right there. Give him a hand. That's the one. There's no Jehovah, right? And of course, also the scripture you see when you see Lord in large letters in caps, of course, that word there is what? Is the Lord's name, which is Yahweh. That's the Lord's name. Okay. But yeah, Jehovah is ridiculous and wrong. Okay. So yeah, those are the mistranslations we have in the Bible, right? But we in G Slakia.
What was the other four?
No, there's other small ones, but there's three main ones. There's other little small words. One of the example is the one that Quadum just brought out, where it says kill, but it probably should say murder. There are other words where it's like they didn't choose the best translation, but we're talking about actual mistranslations where like that word is wrong. The word ghost is wrong. It should not be in the Bible. Why? Because what is a ghost? A ghost is an apparition, a dead floating person spirit thing. But that's not what in the Bible there is no ghost. All right. So ghost is one. We got Salakia. Also, yeah, not Yahweh, not Yahweh is the mistranslation, but Lord or Jehovah is a mistranslation. And then Easter. What is the proper word where it should say, where it says Easter, it should say what?
Passover?
Correct. Right. In fact, if you go and read the go to Blue Letter and read the Greek, if you read the Greek word there is the Greek word for Passover. So it's a terrible mistranslation. Terrible mistranslation. All right. It should say Passover.
So all
right. Go ahead, Slakia.
Yeah, so I know you asked earlier. I did have a couple questions, but
I
didn't know, so if Cap was joining in, but if he not coming in, then I could just ask you the questions.
Hell yeah, you could ask me the questions. I mean, I don't know if Cap's coming in either. I don't know.
I had them specifically for Cap from like a few weeks back.
But so there were questions you had from before.
Yeah, but if he's not coming in, then I'll just.
I got you. Okay, yeah. So no, I understand what you're saying. So these were questions you had from before that he was supposed to come back,
right?
Answers for and such. Oh well, then, no sweat. Then we can hold them for Captain. I thought if he joins, he has the link, so he might join, but I'm not too sure. Okay. I'm not too sure, but no. But if those questions were for him, then you can just go ahead and just hold those until he comes in. If he does come in, and if not, then I'm saying we'll just of course hold it until next week.
I do got other questions too as well. Whenever you get a chance.
Okay, well yeah. If you got any other questions, then please.
Okay, so one of the questions was the parable in the book of Mark, the parable of the wicked tenants. It's in Mark chapter 12 and starting at verse 1.
Hold on, let me get there with you.
Okay,
Mark chapter, you said the 12th chapter in the first verse, right? Let's read it.
It's the book of Mark chapter 12 and verse 1. And he began to speak unto them by parables. A certain man planted a vineyard and set an hedge about it, and dig a place for the wine fat, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. 2. And at the season he sent to the husbandman a servant, that he might receive from the husbandman of the fruit of the vineyard. Verse 3. And they caught him and beat him and sent him away empty.
Damn.
Verse 4. And again he sent unto them another servant, and at him they cast stones and wounded him in the head and sent him away shamefully handled.
Damn.
Verse 5. And again he sent another, and him they killed, and many others, beating some and killing some.
Ooh wee.
6. Having yet therefore one son, his well beloved, he sent him also last unto them, saying, they will reverence my son. But those husbandmen said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance shall be ours. Verse 8. And they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. Verse 9. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandman and will give the vineyard unto others. So like in verse 10. And have ye not read this scripture? The stone which the builders rejected has become the head of the corner. This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes.
God. So what's your question on this?
Well, what is just a parable of who is the husbandman at this point? I'm assuming that the last son would be Christ. That the Lord is sending these men to go out and teach, go out and teach, and to go out and to bring the truth, but the people keep rejecting it. So my question is, are these people Christians that are rejecting it, or are these people more so like a representation of the world that the Lord is going to destroy, that is rejecting it?
Let me make sure I understand your question. So you're saying, so of course they keep sending servants, and then finally he sends his beloved son,
right?
And and of course they plot on the son and say, you know, oh, this is the heir. We want to kill him especially, right? And it says they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard.
Right.
So what you said are the husbandmen,
right?
The ones who cast him out and killed him. Are they Christians, or are they what again?
Well, not like specifically Christians, right? But today, would they be the modern day Christians who we're sent for to go help, but yet they cast us out? Would that simply just be them? Or is this metaphor of the vineyard more so speaking about America? So I guess that's really was just a general breakdown, but yeah.
I see what you're saying. And they took him and killed him and cast him out of the vineyard. Well, the vineyard wouldn't be America, I don't think.
Right.
What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? He will come and destroy the husbandmen and will give the vineyard unto others. And have ye not read this scripture? The stone which the builders rejected is become the head of the corner. Okay, this was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. So, like, can we read? Let's read verse 12.
God, Mark chapter 12 and verse 12. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parable against them.
Against who?
Against them.
Okay, read on.
And they left him and went their way.
Read on.
Verse 13. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisee and of the Herodians to catch him in his words.
Right. So verse 12 says what? And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, right? For they knew that he had spoken the parable against them. Who is the them?
The people.
The them is the people?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Hold up, Salakia. Bear with me just a moment. Just want to read it right here, Salakia. I believe the because it says it says what? Salakia.
For the Pharisees. So like,
Right, exactly. That's where I'm going with it, right? Because it says, and they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people. So the they can't be the people because they feared the people.
right.
You know what I'm saying? For they knew that he had spoken the parable against them, and they left him and went their way. Right? If we go to verse 11, right? Salakia, excuse me, chapter 11,
Mm-hmm.
it talks about the not the Pharisees. It talks about the Pharisees and Sadducees, but it says the priests and the scribes.
Okay.
Right? It says in verse 18, and the scribes and chief priests heard it and sought how they might destroy him, for they feared him, because all the people was astonished at his doctrine. Right?
Right.
So right, in chapter 12, verse 17, no, not just 17, it's like it. Verse 12, 12 and 12. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people. Right? That's talking about the scribes, this priests and the scribes. Now, of course, we know there were different sects. So again, you hear Pharisees and Sadducees. We know that they were just different religious leaders. There's no difference. So to answer your question, you could say Christians. Why? Because nowadays we got what? We got the Baptist church, the Pentecostal church, the Apostolic church, this church, right? They're all, if you ask them, they'll say, oh, well, we not the same as such and such, but they're all what? They're all Christians. I seen a post the other day on Facebook where some cat was, some brother in the school said, yeah, the Catholic Church, and talking about Christians, and this cat was some kind of Baptist, and he was like, oh yeah, they're not Christians, they're Catholics, which of course is a lie. Catholics are Christians,
Right.
then. So Pharisees, Sadducees, scribes, priests, all of them are just different religious leaders that would equate to your Christian leaders of today. So in verse 12, and they sought to lay hold on him. Yeah, it's talking about your Christian, your religious leaders, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parable against them. So yeah, this parable is talking about Christ, right? And the husbandmen is who? Scribes, Pharisees, Sadducees, priests, so on. Religious leaders that are rejecting him because they want what? Somebody read my mind. Why do they, when the son is sent,
Power.
they want to kill him to get what?
Power.
They get power or the inheritance, right? Because that was the same thing they was arguing about with him in the previous chapter. They saw that the people were what? Astonished by him, right? It's no different than when we go to camp, and obviously Yarmak is breaking down them scriptures, and Quadam and the GP is breaking down them scriptures, and people be standing there looking like this, like, that's right, okay, I hear you. And then here come a silly old Christian up in their ear, like, yeah, these guys, they don't know what they're talking about. They saying da-da-da-da-da. They're racist. It's the same thing that we go through now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so the they or the parable is talking about scribes, Pharisees, Sadducees, religious leaders, Christians, to answer the question.
Salakia.
Let's read verse 12 again, Baba Kasha.
Mark chapter 12 and verse 12. And they sought to lay hold on him, but feared the people, for they knew that he had spoken the parable against them, and they left him and went their way.
Read verse 13, and we're going to end it there.
Verse 13. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his word.
To do what?
To catch him in his word.
That's how you know it's the scribes and Pharisees, because that's what they always did. They always tried to do what? What did they always try to do to Christ?
Trip him up, make him contradict himself.
Always. Why did they want him to contradict himself?
So that they could prove that he wasn't the the Son of God, the Son of Man.
You right, like you 100% correct. But what's like the
It would make them have the truth if Christ didn't have it.
make it right on it. Like Paul is like, they really wanted to do this.
Kill him.
That's it. They wanted an excuse to kill him. And they knew, okay, you talking about the scriptures. Now, this is a different time. This ain't 2023. This ain't 2023 where you can, because of, what I'm saying, because of the mercy of the Most High, and because right now we're not in our kingdom, not even close to it. You can say things and believe in things, and, you can be a Buddhist and Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. You know what I'm saying? If you was Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and back in those days, you was getting stoned to death. A giant rock was going to hit you upside. It didn't matter if you was a woman. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. None of that. You was getting done. It was a done deal, right? So at this time, you had to be really careful with your words, right? Because the Pharisees and Sadducees were sitting in the seat of what? Of the priest, who were the same people who, when we had our kingdom, what? They was running up in your house. Last week, we just ended the Feast of Unleavened Bread, what, last night? Mm-hmm. So if you had some baking soda in your refrigerator yesterday morning, and the Levites found out about it, oh yeah, your door was getting knocked down and you was getting dealt with, right? So that was the time then. And at that time, you had to be real careful about what you say. Because we know what? The unforgivable sin is what? Blaspheming the Spirit of the Lord. You can't do that. You can't lie on God. So they was trying to trip him up to get him to say something that would allow them either to do what? To, like you said, to show he ain't no prophet. He's saying he ain't no the Most High. Look what he's saying. Or to say something to get him killed. Matter of fact, let's read the next verse real quick. We're going to move on. But let's read the next verse to kind of show exactly what we're talking about here. Again, the water for that question. You're about the water, bro.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were come, they say unto him, Master.
Right. So now these other scribes and priests done called for reinforcements. They called for some other Pharisees and Herodians, right? Reinforcements. And they came up to him saying, what? Master. They being all, being nice with it. They calling them Ottawa. Go ahead.
We know that thou art true.
They're trying to butter him up. Pause. We know that thou art true. Go ahead.
And carest for no man.
Meaning, you're not you're not a respecter of persons. You're just gonna keep it real. Go ahead.
For thou regardeth not the person of men.
Right. You're not a respecter of persons. Go ahead.
But teachest the way of God in truth.
You just teach the truth. You don't respect persons. They trying to see they setting up this thing they about to ask you. You're not a respecter of persons. We know that you just teach the truth. Go ahead.
Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not?
Now, I want somebody to tell me why that is such a loaded question. Why is that question right there that because remember, they sent for reinforcements. So who they sent for, they know what they're doing. They're real cunning. Why is that such a loaded question? Somebody let me know. GP, what you got? Mm-hmm.
Like the law of the land. So this was something that you had to do.
Right. That's it. Give him a hand. This was the law of the land. So what they're trying to do is what? They're trying to get him to put two laws against each other. The law of the land versus what? The law of the Most High, or the laws, right? Go ahead.
And it was like to trip him up, because it's like, well, if he says, yeah, you're supposed to obey the law of the land, then it's like he's rejecting God.
Exactly.
But if he says, well, obey God, then he's rejecting the law of the land.
Right. Going back to what Yarmak said, right?
So
it's like
the way they'd be able to get him.
It's a conundrum. I learned that word from Yarmak. It's a conundrum, right? Like, okay, so what are they actually saying? Which law are we supposed to keep? trying to get him to say something crazy. Let's read verse 15 real quick.
God. Shall we give or shall we not give?
I
But
mean, this
he-
right here is they're trying to ruin this man. Shall we pay taxes or not? Read on, y'all, Masalaki.
But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, why tempt ye me?
So before he even went to the breakdown, he already called them out and said, why y'all doing this? Like, why are you trying to trip me up? Why are you trying to do this? Why are you trying to tempt me? Go ahead.
Bring me a penny that I may see it.
Now, this is and myself, you know, all the Akim, we all learn this, man. But just if I could, you know, just keep this in your mind. Whenever you on them streets, whenever you in them comment sections and battling, always, what I learned is like, always try to read the spirit of the person you're battling, right? Because, and you see this when you watch them generals, especially you watch General Mahim and Commander Hana, all the generals and captains as well, and the officers too. Sometimes you get a question, and you know, because a question, what's the purpose of a question? Or what is supposed to be the purpose? To get information. I'm asking a question because what? I there's information that I need that I don't have. That's what a question is supposed to do. But you know when someone's asking you a question, but they have no interest in information. They're not asking you because they want to know something. They're asking because they're trying to, again, in the case of Christ, trying to trip him up, trying to tempt him. You know when someone's asking you a question because they're what? They're trying to reel you in a certain way to confound you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why General Mahim always tells us what? Whenever you're battling, never be on what? Never be on defense. You on offense all the time. Offense. You're never on defense, right? Because they're going to try to ask you questions to trip you up, okay? So Christ is saying that, why are you tempting me? Then he's about to go into a perfect breakdown. Just pay attention to this if you want to know how to cut people. He said, bring me a penny. So he hasn't answered the question yet. He just said, why are you trying to tempt me? Then he said, bring me a penny that I can look at. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they brought it, and he said unto them, whose is the image and the superscription?
He said, who's on this penny? Go ahead.
And they said unto him, Caesar's.
They said, well, it's Caesar on the penny. Read on.
Verse 17. And Yahushua answering said unto them.
Now he's going to give them the answer. Go ahead.
Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's.
Read on.
And to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him.
They marveled at him because it was a perfect answer. It was perfect. You see who's on this? Caesar's on this. So give to him what belongs to him. In other words, Christ is telling them what? Don't ask me not. No, you better pay your taxes. Give Caesar what belongs to him. Whatever tribute Caesar's asking you for, you pay it. But then he said what? And give unto the Most High what belongs to the Most High. In other words, you better pay your goddamn tithes to Commander General Yohana of the Isupk.
That's right.
Give it up.
Hey,
10%. Yeah, Yarmak.
I'm about to say that's heavy too, because it's like the Lord setting them up for the ultimate smackdown, because we paying your taxes now. We teaching our people to do exactly what your law insists we do.
That's right.
The problem comes when we're in power. And now you're gonna have to do exactly what we tell you to do.
That's right.
So it's like the
right.
perfect smackdown, whatever.
That's it. Hey, Salaki, if I could. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and captain of 13,000 Nayatha.
What's going on, Akim? Y'all can hear me?
Come
on.
All right. Where we at?
Salagi, I was just asking a question about the there's a parable in the book of Mark about I guess online they call it the parable of the wicked tenants. Number one was just finishing that up. It's in Mark chapter 12, and we was at verse 16.
Okay, and the parable of the tenants meaning what?
Well, I guess right. This is the Christ was saying how he sent prophets to the vineyard, and the husbandmen mistreated them, and the husbandmen in the parable are the Sadducee and Pharisee, and how they treat the prophets of God.
And who are they today?
Your Christian pastors.
Yes, correct. That's it. I said you clear on this?
Yeah,
we need more. You good?
Yeah, Colin, sir.
All right.
You had a question?
Any other questions?
So we had another question in Goldsboro.
Come on. Why you put them on?
So the camera's messed up, so I have to use the laptop, sir. So
Okay. And the car come and sit down next year, or is too much? Or is a lot of them?
It's too many of them, sir.
All right, no, sir. Go ahead.
So on this Trooper Hawan, I had a question about a clarification the mark of the beast.
Okay, let's go to it. When I say clarification, what you mean?
I need the breakdown.
Okay, so let's go to it, right? You all know where it is? Need me to pull it?
Go ahead, say it loud.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, but small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Okay, so hold on. Who's the he?
The oppressor. So I got one, the oppressor.
That's it.
Okay.
So, all right, Revelation, where at? Revelation 13 and 1.
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
Or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might.
So now hold on. Go back up to verse 15 or 14.
Okay.
Go back up to 14.
Okay.
Oh, you should start at verse 13. Sorry. Start at 13.
Okay. This book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 13.
And
he doeth great wonders.
Right. And the he, as we say, is who? Is the so-called oppressor. Right. And he calls it what?
And he doeth great wonders.
He doeth great wonders. All right. And what's that great wonder? Read on.
So that he make a fire come down from heaven.
And what is that? What is that speaking about?
Salaki.
Hold on. Let Hawan take a shot at it.
It's like the one nukes, if I'm not mistaken, like bombs and stuff.
Very good. Them planes.
Okay.
He's the what? He's the prince of the air, not just the air wave, but what? The air. You understand?
Okay.
That plane is like a what? Like a dragon. Right? Where's the name of some of the missiles? What I call some of the missiles on them?
Fat boy.
Fat boy. Give me another one.
Salaki.
Come on.
ICBM.
ICBM. What them the Reaper, that Reaper they have that don't need a what? There's nobody flying that. That somebody sitting down in a 40-foot container thousands of miles away on a joystick.
Like a drone?
Yeah, flying a drone. And on that drone has what you call what? What them drones carry? Them Hellfire missile.
How come?
You understand? Hellfire. I think that Hellfire, as I was saying, I think if you look it up, they say that not even a bomb in itself. Wherever it hit, is there shrapnels and stuff like sharp blades coming out and cutting you up.
Come on,
understand? Come on.
If I could, so I think that's the one. They killed somebody with that joint, where the joint like went in the window and shred him up into pieces, and nobody else in the building even knew he was dead for hours.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's it. You understand? That's it. And they've been using that. They've been known. I mean, just imagine you have men on camelback fight, and you fighting men with plane. How you winning? They have a drone in the sky looking down on you and dropping them thing with precision. That is a wonder in itself. You saw? Do you have any videos on how they're acting right now as I talk about? I think it's in Afghanistan where they show America leave a ton of military equipments. A ton of military equipment. I don't know if you can put your hand on that video, Chabo one. Come on.
Why you finding that? Meanwhile, while this beast is coming with all these missiles and military capabilities, we're painting Easter eggs and wearing pink suits.
Right. You understand? All right.
It's like the other one.
Come on.
This is Officer Kapari up here. I believe what you're looking for is called the beehive rounds. They use it in the Vietnam War. It had like small razor blades in there.
No. Trust me. They done surpass whatever they use in Vietnam is ancient. They have new America been at war, brother, since their conception. You understand? And the things they have in the arsenal, they ain't using this in World War II. Russia might have a whole arsenal of that they're just trying to dump on them Ukrainians. But America, they got the new stuff. You understand? Because some of those rounds that they were using in World War II might be as accurate as today what they have. I know that Hellfire missile, they love that on that Reaper drone. You know what I mean? Where we at now?
The end of 13. The end of 13 is the other one.
Go ahead.
Heaven on earth in the sight of man.
So, and just to be clear, not just America alone, but Russia, Israel, all the oppressors, they have the capability to rain what? Fire from heaven. Right? Read on.
Verse 14. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means,
go ahead.
By the means of those miracles.
Right? And what do they do? They deceive men. How do they deceive men?
So like on the Christian church.
By what?
The Christian church.
Yes, but on topic we on right now, they're dropping bombs on you. How do they deceive men? What is their claim to go into these countries?
Salaki.
Democracy. Yes. In other words, they try to say what? We are going in there to free the people. You understand? Not so much those, but the ones with the Afghanistanis and them, when there was there was, you know what I mean, like rejoicing basically that they took over all America equipment that they left back. All right. So read on.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast.
That they should make it what?
An image to the beast.
And what's the image to the beast? All right. What's the image to the beast? No, Tabon, what you're showing there, that kamikaze, I think that might be Iran type drone.
Kamikaze.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm talking about the installation in America. When America left Afghanistan, they left a ton of helicopters, they left a ton of Hummers, ton of equipments in there. All right.
Okay.
No, that beast is speaking about. What's that beast?
To lock it on.
Uh-huh.
American.
How we can prove that? What's the precept?
You talking about to lock it on? You talking about the precept about the eagle?
Mm-hmm. About the beast. Beast. How you know the beast is a man, and the beast is not a lion or some some creature? Where do you go? Officers?
Sluggish, sir.
Come on.
Would you go to you said the beast, the image of Caesar Borgia?
No, not the image of Caesar Borgia.
Repeat the
but
question.
The beast.
Oh, the image of the beast.
Salak, sir.
Subtitle. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's the one.
Go ahead.
Like, so is it Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1?
No, okay. If you go to Genesis 3 and verse 1, you will still have to explain what the beast is.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Would you Revelations 13 where the number of the beast is a man?
Okay, that's a good one. But before we get to that, come on.
Sir.
It says
Isaiah 14 and 16?
Isaiah what?
Isaiah 14 and 16?
What does that say?
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
It needs to say beast. It needs to explain what the beast is. Come on.
So like would it be out of Ezekiel the 34th chapter where it says
very good.
Pray.
Go to it. Go to it. Go to it. Kiad war.
Book Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 5.
And
they were scattered because there was no shepherd.
Right? They were scattered, meaning who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are scattered just like today. We are scattered because there is no what? There was no shepherd. You understand? Read on.
And they became meat to all the beasts of the field.
Meat to all the beasts of the field. All right, so this is what? A metaphor, right? Meat to all the beasts of the field. What does that mean?
It's a lot meaning pray to all the beasts on the field, meaning food.
Yes, meaning we are food. And who is the beast? These other nations. We are food to them. They come set up shop in our neighborhood, in our country, and suck the resources dry and send it all back to their country. You think you could go into any one of these oppressors' community and open a shop? You cannot do that. And if you do open it, it's going to close down within a week because nobody going to support you. Nobody from that community will support you. You want to know why there's less and less black-owned stores showing up? Why is there less and less black-owned stores showing up? Why? Come on.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Because the blacks themselves don't support the black stores.
Yes, because of integration.
Okay.
Thank Martin Luther King for that. You understand? Because of integration. Now we want to go into what? Into our oppressor's store. You understand? Like it's almost like a domino effect. And now they doing what? We have food to them. They eating up everything. You're the poorest in all the nation, but yet and still you have to go to these other nations for what? Everything. Down to your drawers, down to the toilet paper you use, you have to go to the oppressor for. You understand? Now go back to K out of war. I mean K out of one. Continue reading. No, you are K out of war, right?
Go.
Okay, K out of war. Continue reading.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and they were scattered because there was no shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
They became meat to all the beasts of the field
Mm-hmm.
when they were scattered. Verse 6. My sheep wandered through all the mountains.
Now hold on. So we became what? Meat to all the beasts of the field. Now skip to verse, I believe it's 28.
Verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
And they shall be no longer be a what?
A prey to the heathen.
So the beasts are the who?
The heathen.
The heathen. That's your beast. All right. Now go back to Revelation. Is there any more on that K out of one? I mean K out of war?
All
right, go back. All right, so you take them to Ezekiel 34 and 8, then skip to what does 24 say K out of one? K out of war.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
And I, the Most High, will be their power.
Mm-hmm.
And my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Most High, have spoken it.
Good. All right, but the gist of it is 34 and 8 and 34 and 28. All right, to prove what the beast is. All right, the beast is not, you know what I mean, not no animal. You understand? That ain't the beast. The beast is specifically speaking about a nation, which is your what? Your oppressor. You understand? Now go back to Revelation. What verse here in Hawan?
Like the one. This is the end of 14.
So start over 14 now.
This book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast.
That they should make a what?
An image to the beast.
No, an image to the beast. And what image does that beast have today? What's the image?
Salaga, sir.
Mm-hmm. What's another word for image?
Representation.
I'll take that.
Sluggy, sir.
Uh-huh.
Reputation.
I'll take that. That's what I want. Reputation. All right. But go ahead, Yaramak, you was going to say something.
The image is Caesar Borgia, sir, in Christianity.
Yes, that's the image, but describe the reputation. Describe it for me.
The reputation is that they are friendly and that they love everybody and they're harmful. They're harmless people.
Yeah, harmless, yes. That image, that's what it portrays. So when you look at that picture, that's why it's so hard. Just do this one time. Get a floor mat of Cesar Borgia and put it in front of your door and invite a family member over and say, that's a mat. And what you think they're going to do?
They're going to skip over it. So.
Yeah, they're going to do the hopscotch. Ask their sisters about hopscotch. They're going to skip over that. You understand? They're going to hop over that. Why? Because of the what?
The lie, sir.
Yeah. But because of that, go ahead.
The Christian church.
Yes.
Lucky, sir.
Uh-huh.
The reputation.
Yeah, because of the reputation that image brings. Because of what it brings. You understand? You could come into the truth and somebody just tell you, okay, I'm going to say a few things and just tell me what you think quickly. Jesus Christ. What color he is? You might blow to white because that's what you're accustomed seeing for your entire life. You understand? You in here now, so it's almost like you trying to wash your mind of everything you learned in the world. You understand? But you ask somebody who just coming in and you ask them to take a type of quiz, a kind of IQ test on it, that's the first thing that's going to come to their mind. Close their eye. What's the color of Christ? What you thinking of? And they're going to tell you white. 99, I'm guaranteeing 99.9% of the time they're going to tell you white. Because that's something that's burned into their mind, basically from birth. You understand? That image. That's why you go talk to, some black people, some of your black families, and tell them your so-called oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. What is he going to tell you? What are they going to tell you? What somebody thinks they're going to tell you?
Plug it, Antoine.
Mm-hmm.
They say that's not true. Everybody can be saved.
Yeah, because of that image. You understand? In their mind, that image got them out of what? Slavery. Saved them. You understand? And in their mind, that image goes around the earth, freeing people that's oppressed like them in their minds. You understand? So that image has a reputation that, as Yermak was saying, that's harmless. You understand? Why do you think most of our brothers and sisters drop their guard around the oppressor? Because of that image. They drop their guard and they think this individual, this so-called oppressor we're dealing with here, and he won't harm me. You understand? If Trayvon Martin was taught by his father that this man right here, George Zimmerman, you stay far away from, he wiped that image of Serge Borgia from his mind, he might still be alive today. You know what I mean? It's a rough one. Lots of our brothers and sisters will be alive today if they knew the reputation, the real reputation of that oppressor. But because of the so-called, I want to jump the gun, but read on.
Which had a wound by a sword and did live.
Right, which had a wound by a sword and did live. Who had a wound by the sword and did live? What are they speaking about?
Rome.
Yes, Rome, the Roman Empire. America is what? Rome all over again. Blue, red, you name it. You understand? Democrats, the Republicans, you name it. There's Rome all over again. Right? Read on.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And he had what?
Power to give life unto the image of the beast.
How did he give power to the image of the beast? How?
Plug it, Antoine.
Who's that?
Trooper Nadiab.
Come on, Nadiab.
By the edge of the sword.
Explain a little more to me. Give me a little more.
Salakia, by basically killing anyone who didn't bow down to the image.
Okay. Okay. Nadiab.
Come on, sir.
Your mom and dad, they are wrong. Nadiab.
Come, sir.
They're wrong, right? What religion do they What religion they belong to?
The Christianity.
Was any sword put to the neck?
Sir.
Okay. So how did they become Christians?
By they subscribe to the religion by their grandparents and their foreparents actually.
Why? No. You're gonna have to give me a little more, because it's not just by the sword. And we come into that, but remember, he deceiveth all.
Come,
you understand?
Come.
So give me a little more. So read up that verse over again.
Come. This book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast.
Right, he had power to give life to the image. How did he give life to that image?
It's like this, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Giving them Christianity.
Yeah, no, you're coming to it. In other words, okay, how to put it? What do some brothers and sisters say about coming into the truth? What do they say? What stops some of them from coming into the truth?
Like it on.
Come on.
I say the demons they face.
Yeah, but give me a little more. We all face some type of demon. What's the demon I'm speaking about here? Be specific.
Sluggish, sir.
Come on.
We'll be talking about, like during the Dark Age when they painted all the faces white or black, giving life, like meaning like replacing all the patriarchs of the Bible, which were black men, turning them white.
Okay, that is basically going along what now they are saying with by the force of the sword, basically, by them changing everything. But okay, how does the oppressor do it? In a way, whereas he is not okay. He washes his hand. It's like he's saying, "Well, I didn't force you to do anything." It's like, come on.
If I may, he just put as much paraphernalia around about the images he wants us to accept over time, and we grow up seeing a white Christ, so nobody tell us Christ was white. We just know it because we see it all the time.
You own it, but remember, there's books to read and stuff, right? You can go read a book. You pick the Bible up and read it and see for yourself. And some of us do see it, but what happened?
We don't believe it.
Is okay. If they believe it, what will happen?
You have to change our whole lifestyle.
Yes, you will have to change your whole life. And changing your whole lifetime means what? What might happen? What comes to the head? What comes to the head? The first thing that comes to the head.
Rejection from other people, I guess.
More than that. Think survival.
So like I said,
come on.
You think that you become an enemy to America?
That's it. And when you become an enemy to America, what do they think about? Think survival.
They think that, I ain't gonna be able to get a job. I ain't gonna be able to get a wife. I ain't gonna be able to have a family.
It. Now you understand why your brothers shave the beard, cut the hair bald. Now you understand why they put on suits and tie. You understand? Because that's how he gave that image life or power. You understand? By deceiving you into thinking, well, I never tell you to cut your hair or shave your beard. You choose to do that. But when you go to an interview, what they tell you to do? Y'all ever been to interviews and they tell you you're gonna know how to cut your hair? You gotta shave your beard. You gotta groom yourself.
Sir.
That's them giving power to the beast. Go ahead.
Will poverty fit in there anywhere, or like the American dream, chasing that American dream? What we have to do to fit in with America?
Yes, all of that. They remember us in poverty was what made by what design.
Right, come.
Haiti being in poverty was made by what? That's design. Jamaica design. Those didn't just become poor. These places have what? They have some minerals, some wealth, something grows there. They could do something with that land. Once you have land, you have what? You have some type of power. But that power could be what? Taken from you. And now you're going to learn how the power is taken from you. Read on.
The image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed.
To be what?
To be killed.
To be killed. As Nadia was saying what? By the force of the sword, the crusades.
Come concert.
Right? You understand? But I like to bring stuff in today's time that we're living in, so that you could properly understand that this Bible goes from, any generation. You understand?
Come.
And now you understand what freedom is to them. Freedom to them is what? Is what? Come on.
Having a job or living the life that they want.
Freedom to them is, I don't want to, hold on. I ain't going to jump the gun. Read on.
Done. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their
to receive a mark in their what? Right hand. Now, what do you all hear about the mark that in the right hand? What do you hear people say? People who are not in the truth, that is.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
That is a chip. That is a chip or an implant.
Yes, it's a microchip, an implant, which is ridiculous. Which is, you mentally paralyzed. You understand? You have some, you have some, deficiency upstairs. If you think that a chip, a microchip in your right hand, that bank card, that credit card in your right hand is the mark of the beast, you are as simple as the day is old.
Salaki.
Come on.
I ain't never seen no microchip stop an AR-15 bullet.
That's it. You understand? Right? And now a microchip, if they make claim to a microchip, then basically what they're saying is this: if you have a bank card, you basically have what? The mark of the beast in your right hand. Which means what?
Salakia, sir, could you repeat that?
If all of us have bank cards, right? To them, it means that we have what? The mark of the beast in our right hand, which means what?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
That we support them?
That what?
Support?
Not so much support them. I ain't gonna say support them. I ain't gonna say so much support them. But okay. Boy. I won't give it to you. But what does having a bank card mean?
So like, sir, you got access to stores, money, being able to spend the money.
Okay. So which means what? Which means that going to the strip club is okay. You can
Right.
go to the strip club, right?
Con.
Just not with your bank card. I have singles. You
Con, sir.
okay? But me with my bank card, I'm the biggest sinner. I have the mark of the beast in my hand. Means what? To them, they don't know what. They don't understand what this beast is all about.
Con. So like sir.
And this, go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, according to them, so if you an LGBTQ LING member and you refuse the chip, you don't have the mark of the beast. I guess they getting salvation.
That's it. Shalom. That's it. You understand? So now they're taking out, they're taking away what the Most High really trying to get you to understand. They're taking that totally away from you. So now you're so simple. Guess what you will not do? You won't have a bank card. But guess what I bet you will be doing?
Sinning.
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is another excuse for you to be a sinner. You understand? No, let's read it and let's get a full breakdown on it. Go down and read it.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell. Save he.
No. Go back to 16.
Come on. This book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
So what's that mark? What's that mark in their right hand? We know it's not a microchip. We know it's not your bank card, not your EBT card.
So like for me, sir.
Come on.
It's the way that we think.
Yeah. Well, it's
sir.
in your right hand.
So
what do you do with your right hand? What do you do with your hand? Go ahead.
sir, it's your actions.
Yeah, but okay, good. But give me the action. What do you do with your right hand?
You fight, sir. You fight.
Fight for what?
You fight for America's military.
Yes, you're fighting for your oppressor's military. You're fighting to uphold what?
Their lies.
Okay. Yeah, okay, you're going to bring it to me because I want it to be plain in everybody's mind what this is. Come on.
Does it mean the right hand symbolizing work? What you would do for the image of the beast, your allegiance, your
yes, no, break it down. Yes, your willingness to kill. Go ahead.
Your willingness to, assist the beast in their agenda. Meaning, I'll be a police officer and oppress more blacks. I'll join the military and fight for their agenda. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Kawal, you on it. You on it. You're hitting the nail on the head, but the nail ain't go right through. So almost there. So hold on. So let's recap what Kowal said. Kowal said by using what? Using the police force and the military to do what? To kill for your oppressor. You understand? All right. Go ahead. Shabbai Allah.
I was gonna say the same thing, like those vote or die stickers. You fighting?
No, you're getting. Give me a little more. So you're voting. What you're voting for?
So I got one.
Why do you vote? Hold on. Why do you vote? Somebody who votes believe in what? Democracy. You understand? Go ahead. Somebody going to say something else?
Sir.
Go ahead.
I was going to say we're doing all those things to try to uphold the reputation of the beast.
Yes, everything we just discussed so far, that is what it is, what you're doing. All right? You fighting to uphold what? This whole system called that America has. I think
Okay.
the pirate was going to say something.
I was gonna say, would it represent the strength of America?
What you mean represent? What represent the strength of
Oh, the right
America?
hand represents the strength.
The what?
The right hand represents the strength.
No. The right hand represent. Somebody was saying the action. I was just letting you know what I mean, call out the action that will take that you do to uphold America laws, to uphold the oppressors, you know what I mean, way of life. You'll have to do what? You will have to join the military to go fight and kill in the name of your oppressor. You'll have to join the police force to fight and kill in the name of what? Your oppressor. You understand? And to uphold democracy, capitalism, but we come into that. I want to jump the gun. All right, read on.
Verse 17. And that man might buy or sell. Say that had the mark.
You missed it.
No, yeah, he's skipping. He's skipping something.
16, end of 16, you skip forehead.
Okay. Or in their foreheads.
Or in their what?
Forehead.
Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that, Akim. Where we at? Go ahead. I think the brother was reading.
No, God.
Go ahead.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. He calls us all, but small and great, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
No, you're missing something. What part you missing? I know he said the mark in what? The right hand.
He missed.
All right.
He going over the same scripture again, so it's like.
Yeah. Mark in the right hand. After the right hand, what does it say?
Or in their foreheads.
No, that part you can't skip out.
Okay.
You understand? That part you can't leave out because that is basically, you know what I mean, one of the major parts in this breakdown. That mark in their foreheads. You understand? You ever talk to brothers and sisters, right? You ever talk to somebody in the world about the war that's taking place right now? Or across in Ukraine? How many of you talk to family members about the war that's taking place in Ukraine? Anybody? You all talk to a friend, nobody. You all talk to nobody. You all talk about nothing current, but nobody.
Slocky, sir.
Uh-huh.
These Christians today are not talking about no war in Ukraine. They still singing about melodies from heaven.
Oh man. So you all telling me your family member, and you never heard a family member saying Putin is evil for what he's doing to them people?
Oh,
friend or nobody?
Come on, sir.
Come on, Juan, explain it to me.
Like the one thing that's the leader of Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh?
It's like the one thing that's the leader of Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Putin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Mm-hmm. Vladimir Putin. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have family members saying that he's evil.
A lot. Like I know, like based on news articles that like he's a terrible person.
Sluggy.
Come on.
Yeah, I have family members say they afraid of Putin. He's evil. He's killing people, and like they feel sorry for the Afghans. They hanging on to C-130s trying to get up out of Afghanistan. They're afraid. The Taliban is evil. Meanwhile, it's the same damn people. Putin's evil. He's killing. It's like they have a
Right.
sympathy, and they agree with that $40 billion America sends.
Yes. So Putin being evil means what? What does that tell you about a family member?
So, like, sir, they support the actions of America, sir.
Yeah, but okay, you're correct. But on point, what does that tell you about them?
That they have the mark of the beast, sir.
Where?
In their mind, in the way they
in
think.
their foreheads, the way they think. You understand? Because when you ask somebody about Putin and this whole war, they're going to tell you what? They're going to tell you based on what? The oppressor's view of Putin.
Right.
Which means they are what? They're Christian. And Christianity gives you that what? That mark in your forehead. Believing in capitalism, believing in what? Democracy, all that is what you have in what? The mark in where? Your forehead. So now, when you talk to a brother or sister and you hear them spewing stuff like God loves everybody, this, that, the other, most of the time you brothers come into the truth and you have a woman that's in the world, you are fighting who? Who you're fighting?
What she was taught. Like
America. Yes.
America.
What's in her mind? Because she has that what? That mark in her mind, in her forehead. You understand? That brother has that mark in his forehead. When he believes in Christianity, he believes in, in what America is doing. Some of them would be like, yo, America, is evil and wicked, but in the same breath, they celebrate Christmas.
Right.
How in the hell you will tell me America evil and wicked and they celebrating Christmas? The same America celebrate Christmas, you celebrating Christmas with your enemy too? It don't make sense. You understand? Come on.
And I mean, just yesterday, they displayed having the mark of the beast by celebrating that evil, wicked Easter.
Yes, that Easter. If I had time, I'd get into Easter. You understand? That whole Easter comes from what?
Yes.
But what Easter is about? Just in short.
What do they say it's about, sir?
Okay, tell me, what do they say it's about? Easter is about.
Well, they say it's about the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Right. Mm-hmm. But what is real Easter about? Where do they get it from?
It's like the other one.
Come on.
Ishtar, like a fertility god.
Yes, it's about a fertility goddess. That's it. That's why Trinidad has what? Carnival before what? Easter. Because it's about fertility, it's about worshiping a fertility goddess. You understand? Come on.
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
It's really heavy that you dropped that part, because for years I've always been wondering why those carnival coincide with Easter.
It is for fertility.
Because carnival promotes wild sex. And
Yes.
I always wonder why it coincides. Oh, no.
That's why you go to Brazil Carnival, brother. You know what I mean? You liable to come back with AIDS in your phone, your bag, your suitcase.
Good
You know what I
night.
mean?
What for that information, sir?
I mean,
Always wondering why-
Trinidad and all
why?
too. You know what I mean? You gonna come back. You know what I mean? Forgive me,
Wow.
Asha. I mean to put you all out there like that, but it's known that your carnival is, 10 times worse than Trinidad. Don't they put it like that? Trinidad gets in there, but Brazil, It's there. You know what I mean? But that's why it's a wrong Easter time.
Right.
It's fertility.
So like if I may, sir.
Mm-hmm.
In a city called Atlanta, Georgia, we used to have this thing called Freaknik around the same type of year too, sir.
You understand? So most of your events around this time of the year, right? Before Easter or during that whole Easter is based on a fertility goddess. You understand? That's why I believe, I don't know, look up when Miami Carnival is. I don't know when. I think it happens after Trinidad Carnival or before. I'm not too sure. But all those things have to do with worshiping a fertility goddess, right? But no, back to the mark of the beast. Hawan, read.
Okay. This book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17.
After the mark in the forehead.
Okay. And that no man might buy or sell.
Right, no man shall buy or sell. What does that mean now? That's why it's so stupid to think that, you know what I mean, having a bank card is you having the mark of the beast. Come on.
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Buying and selling is like commerce, like big trade. Like
trade.
America will put like embargoes on countries so they can't.
Very good.
Big business, not you going to the store buying a case of soda.
Yes. Like I was explaining to Taiwan and I believe Maya yesterday when it comes to the money. How they have a lock on money.
So like if I may too, sir.
Come on.
Would that also go into the world trade currency being the dollar? Meaning like any like the what you call it, the standardized current of trade would be the dollar, like the oil. Like the oil,
yes.
you have to buy oil is bought in, you only buy oil in the dollar and paying taxes as well.
Don't say just any dollar. You have to say what the dollar is, because brothers and sisters that listen might not just be Americans alone. When you say the dollar, what you mean?
I mean U.S. currency.
That's what you had to say. That's all. Yeah, the U.S. Like, okay, you saying it, and that's like, you know, I mean, that's like us breaking down Revelation 13 and 1, where we saying Christ is black. Like, we read it and understand it and think, well, it's easy. Like, everybody gonna understand it. Nah, brother. You gotta break that down. You can't just say the dollar. You have to say the U.S. dollar.
Yes, sir. Come.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
That U.S. that's the currency. Because now, guess what? If you are a country like Trinidad or Jamaica, right? Your debt is not in your currency, right? Your debt is in what? Zion, what are their debts in? What dollar?
For Trinidad?
Yeah, what are debts in?
U.S. currency, ain't it?
Yeah,
yes.
U.S. Of course, U.S. currency.
Come on.
Jamaica, U.S. currency. All the Caribbean country, U.S. currency. You understand? And that IMF. Once the IMF come in and lend you money, brother, they tell you what to buy, what to sell.
Yes, sir.
You understand? That whole UN, United Nations, they could do what? They could come together and be like, if you are in league with Putin, guess what? You are going to be what? Cut off. You understand? No, just think about this. America, what currency is their debt in?
Is it in notes, sir?
No.
Like it one.
Yeah.
American dollars.
Yeah, U.S. dollars.
Oh yeah, come on.
America, debt is in U.S. dollars. So now, if Trinidad and Jamaica and all them Caribbean countries, all them countries around America, debt is in American dollars, right? If they have to pay back their debts, who they have to pay the debts to?
America,
sir. America. Now, who America paying the debts to?
America Bank, sir.
America don't have to pay the debts. America just have to do what?
Print more money.
That's all. No, you can't print American dollars. So guess what? Your dollar is $7 of your dollar is $1 to American dollar. $120 in your dollar is $1 American dollar. And that just tells that ratio just tells you how much debt you are in with America. So the more, so that $1 US, and you start to increase from $7 to $10 to $12, meaning what? Your money is becoming what?
Useless, sir.
Yeah. You can't wipe your behind with that dollar. It's useless. You understand? It's useless by the time. So now your debt is in their money. So now you understand the mark of the beast. Now you understand. Read that part.
Khan, the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And then no man might buy or sell, save he that
no man, you can't buy or sell if your debt is in your oppressor money. He gonna tell you what to buy. He gonna tell you what to sell. So now you might be one of the wealthiest Caribbean countries because you're doing what? You have gas and you have oil. But guess what? You don't do what America tell you to do. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be Haiti. You're going to be Jamaica. You're going to be one of the poorest countries on the planet because you can't what? Buy or sell unless what? Read.
So Khan, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
The mark or the name of the beast. So guess what? I don't have to tell you what's the number one religion in Trinidad or Jamaica. What's the number one religion in Trinidad?
Christianity, sir.
What's the number one religion in Jamaica?
Christianity.
What's the number one religion in Mexico?
Christianity.
In all them other countries?
Christianity, sir.
Christianity. Now you have what you call the BRICS, which is who? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and what? South Africa. They're trying to come up against what? The American dollar? Brother, we are going into war. We are in it right now. I mean, the Lord, he is throwing some seasoning on it right now. He's seasoning it up. He ain't roasting as yet. Just seasoning, marinating. You know, Russia getting it on, popping off, you know what I mean? Some, you know what I mean, one or two, you know what I mean, bombs or whatever. Let's marinate it right now. But it's going to come to a boil. It's going to come to a nice cook. You understand? With all these countries that's going to fight in that Third World War. We in it. Ain't no going back. You understand? Ain't no going back. You think, you know what I mean? You think it's going, you going to church and the preacher saying we're going to have, you know what I mean, better days are coming. Negro, you better wake up. You better wake up. And stop having that mark away in your forehead. Because with that mark in your forehead, when you have that mark in your forehead, what's the next thing that's going to happen if this place go to war?
They're going to draft you.
Huh?
You're going to have to fight for them.
So meaning what? You're going to have the mark in your forehead and what?
In your right hand.
In your right hand now. Because now you're going to have to what? You're going to have to fight for your give me a name of a church. Your Southern Baptist. Your Pentecostal. You're going to have to fight for your church.
So like I said.
You're going to have to fight for Christianity. Come on.
So like I know Islam is is trash, right? But you use just as like an example, like when Muhammad Ali, of course, in his mind, he was fighting against the mark of the beast and the Christian way and all of that. So he decided to not go to fight in the military, and he made that decision to not fight for them. They decided to destroy his career, put him in prison, try to he never fights again. Could you just use that as kind of like a soft example of how they'll treat you if you don't submit to the mark of the beast?
Okay, you could, but Islam in America is Christianity.
Right, yeah, kind of.
You understand?
Kind of.
Because if he wasn't fighting for America, then he should be what?
And the truth. In the eyes of people.
No. Understand what I'm saying? If he was not fighting for America, then guess what he would have been doing?
Fighting against it?
Yes. Okay, so you're telling me you're a Muslim here, and your brothers across in ISIS.
Right.
What's the difference? So you're telling me what? Islam break up into factions now? Different factions? So the Quran that they're reading in ISIS is different from the Quran you're reading in the temple, in mosque? It ain't different. It's the same what? Same Quran. You understand? Just interpreted differently. Just in America, you have your what? Your Christian Muslims. Do Muslims celebrate Christmas across here? Muslim ever tell you Merry Christmas?
God, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. A Muslim ever tell you Happy 4th of July? Yeah.
They sell Coke too.
Yeah. The Christian way. You understand? Like to understand America is to understand this. You in America, if you're not in the truth, you are a what?
A Christian.
A Christian. Why? Because Islam teach you what? What does Islam say
that
about
God loves everybody?
Yeah. They say the same thing. Christ died for everybody. They believe in that birth, that what they call it, immaculate conception. They believe in immaculate conception. They'll tell you that.
Salakia.
Come on.
They believe in that water baptism.
Yeah. Some of them will even eat pork. You understand? So that's why I'm really, you know what I mean? When I say Christianity, I'm including everybody if you're not in the truth. I don't care if you don't go to church. You don't have to go to church. And guess what? You are a what? Christian. You don't have to go to church. But you are a Christian. Understand? We'll talk to your uncles and them who don't go to church. And what they do for Christmas? They're buying gifts. They're buying the pork. The pork's sausage to cook on the grill for July 4th. They're celebrating Valentine's Day. They're celebrating everything America tells them to celebrate because they're Christians. They could jump high. They could try to fight it and say, no, I don't go to church. All right, well, I understand. Celebrate the birthday. Everybody knows almost who's not in the church celebrate the birthday. Where they get that from?
Christianity.
Right? Yeah. All right. Any more on it? Go ahead.
I'm just giving another example of that jungle fever by basketball players loving them white women. That's the mark of the beast.
Yes. Hold on. And so now it's interracial marriage. That is what? Christianity in itself. All right. Any more, Hawan?
the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right? Or the what?
Number of his name.
Or the number of his name. Now it's coming. Now it's coming to you. Now it's going to tell you what it's all about. Read on.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast.
I count the number of the beast. So we knew that what? That the beast had to deal with what? With a person or persons or a nation. You understand? And in this case, in this context, the beast is speaking about a specific people who are your oppressors. Right? Read on.
For it is the number of a man.
For it is a number of a what?
A man.
A man. That beast is a what?
A man.
That's
a
right.
man. Read on.
And his number is 666.
All right. Yeah. When he was young, when you write that number, what did he say? Oh, we worship the devil. You believe in the devil. When that number is a number, what associated with what? What is that number associated with?
Like a man.
A man. The number of men that does what?
That rules America, sir.
That rules this earth. Not just America, this earth. You understand? Right? Read that verse over again.
Khan, this book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 1.
So they're going into something else. So that number is the number of a man.
Okay.
And that's your oppressor. That's the number of oppressors that basically runs this earth today.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
If I could, I don't know how true this is for any other brother, but maybe it is. But it's kind of funny. I remember growing up, like 666 was like how you said, it was like that devil number.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like just as a kid, when it came to like times tables and multiplication, 9 times 8, all of that stuff was like shaky. But for some reason, 12 times 12, every idiot kid on the block knew 144. 144. I don't know if that's something deeper than maybe what I'm thinking it is, or if that's just by coincidence. But I remember 144 being a very important number because that's a times table I knew. If you ask me 12 times 11, I still don't know what that is right now off the top of my head. But so like I didn't know if any other brothers had that same experience. So I just put it out there.
Nah, okay, let me help you with that. That just comes with that 12 and 11 times. Those things are what you call, perfect squares, and those numbers are important in math. So of course you'll get drilled with those numbers more than any other number.
The cap broken all the way down to it.
Yeah. So it ain't, it ain't by coincidence that you remember it like that. It's just that those numbers, those numbers when they multiply by itself, the teacher that it's just, perfect squares. But in all that 666 number, you write that down, you play around with it, and people see you playing around with it. To them, you worshiping Satan. You understand? When the truth about it is that number is the number of what? Men. Just like the 144,000 is the number of what? Men. You understand? That's going to rule this earth. You understand? When Christ returns. Right? Now, come on.
It's like this all sidebar question, but with the new kingdom, is that a specific area, or is that the whole earth being the new kingdom?
The whole earth.
Kind of what I said.
Because there are places on this earth here, just in America alone, that the people not living, but they could live.
So like I say,
come on.
Just to clarify, America's going to be the lake of fire, though, right? So is America going to be inhabitable? Like
no, okay, no. They say America will burn for what? I forget how much years it's going to burn for.
I think 1,000 years out of one.
Right, which means a very long time. Just think, you know what I mean, if you're a rape victim and you know what I mean, you got raped in some house, you know what I mean, Lord forbid, you understand, you want that house what? Erased. And that burning is the Lord let you know he is erasing America from the history books, basically. You're going to remember what happened. You're going to teach your kids. You're going to be like, yeah, America's still on fire. I mean, this time because of such and such. What we did and what they did to the God-chosen people. You know what I mean? But the earth itself, there are lots of places we have not, you know what I mean, there's no inhabitant. Like, for example, 1 minute, the Amazon forest. You understand? The Lord could take us up, put us back in the Amazon forest, and now we start building all over again, spreading out through the earth all over again. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like what you bringing out so heavy. It's like today we still talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and how it was destroyed. That's how they're going to be talking about America.
Yep. You understand? All right. Come on.
Real fast. If I was to explain to somebody where the number 666 comes from, what would I say? Would I say that it's because mankind was made on the 6th day?
No. No. The 666 just come from the number of men, number of oppressors that rule in the earth today. That's where it comes from. You understand? Come on, I think Kowalski is going to say something.
That was it, sir. I was about to say, how you referenced the 144, the 666 is just, the number of the men who run pretty much all this ridiculous stuff that we're dealing with today.
Yeah.
And we're going to be the 144. That's just the number. It's just how it is.
Like them bastards that own Starkville. You think that they disappear from off the earth? Nah, they're on the earth today. And who knows how much wealth they acquire from having so much slaves. You understand? Who knows what other wealth they had in England or throughout the whole earth. You don't know if they might be part of the family that running it. Everybody know about the Rothschilds and what's the other people? Whatever. I mean, a couple others. But it's a bigger group that runs this earth, that dictates what goes on the earth. You know what I mean? And the Lord is telling you that this is the number of men that are doing it.
It's like, sir, like the Rockefellers, the Council for the CFR, Council for Relations, those, old, rich, usually they're white oppressors who run all the stuff we see.
Yes, the oppressors. Yes, you think them sheiks in Saudi Arabia are rich? Okay, cool. Yeah, they're rich, but them bastards, them 666 men, whoever the hell is, them sheiks ain't want none. Because with all that money, you don't have that power they have. You understand? And that's it. The mark of the beast has to deal with what? Your belief system, and what you're willing to do to uphold that belief system. All right? So you're good on that?
Okay.
All right. Okay. You have any question before I let you all out? I see we over the time. Any question?
Lock it on.
I
kind of clear breakdown. 30 and 3.
30 and 3. Read it for me. Let me see if I can get it quick.
Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 3. For lo, days come, saith the Lord.
And I hear he could come close to the computer and it breaking up while he reading.
No gun.
Well, you want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 3. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
So, okay, what's the question you have on this? Hold on.
When it's talking about return to the land, I gave their fathers, you talk about Israel.
Say that one more time.
So like when it's talking about return to the land, is it talking about Israel?
When it say Israel, meaning who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Yes.
Okay.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
So, like I said, I think he means more so the land mass, like the actual physical area of Israel. That's what you're asking, right?
Yes. You're gonna get all that plus the earth. Because who was the earth made for? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to rule. You understand? That landmass you're speaking about is what?
America, sir.
No. The landmass you just asked about.
Oh,
that landmass compared to the earth is what?
Jerusalem.
That's not what I'm looking for.
It's not you, sir. The whole Middle East belongs to us.
Yes, but I don't want you to just say the whole Middle East belongs to us, but okay, just for time's sake, it's the best plot of land on the face of the earth. The best. You understand?
Got on what concept?
That's the best plot of land. That's why that land was what? It was eastward and where? In Eden. And Eden is what? What is Eden?
It's our first estate.
No. In Genesis, right? When it speaks about that land being eastward in Eden, right? Eden was a representation of what?
The king, Israel.
The earth.
The earth, okay.
The earth that we live on, right? And that land was eastward in Eden. That is your land. Those rivers that encompass Eden, the Lord gave that land to Israel. That's the best plot of land on the earth. But since your oppressors and your heathens want to come and fight and take it, the Lord said, no sweat. You all could have it. Why? Because we disobeyed him. And now when he sends Christ back, we're going to get that plus what? Everything else. You understand? And when I say everything else, meaning what? Your so-called Moabites going to be in the land, but guess who's going to own it? Guess who they're going to have to pay tribute to? Israel. That's why the scripture says in Revelation, the gates is going to be open what?
It's like a verse talking about you were born in the year, therefore there was language.
What? I'm not hearing properly.
He mentioned the scripture that the gates therefore languish.
No. This one is not the gates languishing. This here is what? 12 gates for 12 tribes. And the gates and the road is going to be paved with what? With gold. You understand? And it's going to be open what? Night and day for them to do what? To bring tribute in the wealth, to make us, wealthy. You understand? Maybe next week we could get into some of it.
All
right. All right. With that, who are passing the class over to?
Hey, Officer Bankaya.
With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bankaya. Questions? I'm gonna get them questions next week.
Men of Israel, Majim. Sisters in Shah means to be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to Captain Ayathak. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat. Majim, Barak. Yahweh by Shimei Shai Barak.
Yahweh Shimei Shai Barak Thumb.
Yada Matah, Sar, turning for sisters. Men of Israel, sisters, Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to our sisters. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat. Yada Matah. All right, ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. It's pronounced ma'ashara. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of First Fruits, starts after the Sabbath, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, sundown April 9th of this year, 2023. Count 50 days and celebrate the 50th day, Monday, May 29th. Start before sundown, according to the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verses 10 through 22. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, class dismissed.